I feel maybe I should have prepared something a little different for today. But anyways, hello, welcome back to more Sonic Conquers, the dank Brotherhood. You can just call me Stent. Last time, I got lost a fair bit, just wandering around the whole of Metropolis slash Robotropolis for a fair bit, and I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not entirely certain that made for all that decent viewing, but at the very least we got funny Arnold Omega out of it, so I'm kind of happy about that. The recap, the story so far. After fighting their way through some tough opposition, Sonic and his team landed on Angel Island. On Angel Island top, stop the Nocturnus clan. I'm gonna assume that's two. To stop the Nocturnus clan from stealing the Master Emerald. Then, the Nocturnus leader, a mysterious robed echidna, commanded his marauder minions to destroy Sonic's team. Meanwhile, Tails and Robotnik led a team into Metropolis to find a way to squash the Nocturnus clan. They invented the Beam Cannon, which would teleport the Nocturnus back to the dimension from whence they came. Now the two teams must come together and focus their efforts to destroy the Nocturnus clan. It's quite useful just having this this recap here, so I can just read that off for the recap. But yeah, I feel the typo here just feels sort of emblematic of something that I've been feeling a fair bit about this game. I'm not sure I already mentioned it, but this game really sort of gives me the feeling of a licensed game. More sort of the, I suppose, sort of licensed DS adaptation of a video game you'd find in the bargain bin. Like imagine just sort of like a Teen Titans Go DS game. You probably wouldn't think all that much of it. I kind of get the same impression from here, at least in terms of the presentation, but yeah. Admittedly, I did go through this section again, and actually knowing what I was doing, it wasn't too bad. Mostly just because, in the, while you're on the ship alongside, before you set off the anti-air gun, you could get, oh, I got 4 of these, Nocturnus techs. You could find these as potential pickups from the Nocturnus clan on that ship, and I figured I grabbed myself a few of them, and it also meant I ended up grinding myself a fair few levels. So we're all at level 10 now, so hopefully things should be a little bit easier from here on out. Anyways, let's finally get out of this, I did say Detroit initially, but honestly, it's seeming more and more indicative of, yeah, I'll just move on. You're all sick and tired of me railing on about California, so we're just gonna move on. Let's finally get out of here. In here. Such adventure! I begin to see why you and Sonic do all the running and the jumping and the falling off of things. It's not just for the fun of it, Robotnik. Oh yes, I know. Saving the world this and fighting evil that. It's all an excuse to run around and hop on things, is it not? I'm sure it is. The secret of this so-called heroism is mine. If there's anything we should do here in Metropolis, we have to do it now. Who knows what will happen on that island? This could also be a time to, what's that you call it? Save your game and whatnot? Let's save. Of course it's a good idea, it's one of mine. We're done down here, we have to help Sonic. I tried. Oh well, let's go help Sonic. I can't believe I just said that. Alright, the Sonic game DS is better than... I mean, it sort of goes without saying. I kind of feel lucky that I mostly just grew up with the Nintendo selection of Sonic games before getting a 360. I'm just thinking, if I just got all the Nintendo games and just didn't bother getting a 360, I probably would have been happier off in terms of Sonic games, because I would have probably missed out on 360-ished. On PS3-ished. And 06. Maybe Generations, but I guess that's sort of a, you know, stringent roundabouts. Let's just move on. Finally, let's get out of Metropolis. As Robotnik prances over to what looks like a portable lavatory. Here we go! Yosh! Meanwhile, we can't hold out much longer, Sonic.
We'll hold out as long as it takes.
Alright, time for a Nuna battle. With the incredibly laggy music, I'm just hoping that, what is definitely a real DS holds out as long as it possibly can. These enemies do seem a fair bit tougher though, so hopefully we do okay. Just gonna go... spread the love around, because now I get to do 3 of these at once. I've leveled up so much, and Knuckles can only do 2 of these at a time. It's kind of a shame. Let's just... gonna try refresh. Not entirely certain it will work, and honestly, I kind of felt confident about this this setup here. At least in theory. It mostly just comes down to execution. Like, let's see here. Do I get to nail it? No. I was sort of expecting that, to be honest. Alright. I will say, though, they are definitely putting out some decent damage. I wasn't sure I was actually going to get that. Really just seem content to just spam that one move anyways. In terms of how my day's been, I'd say it's been going pretty alright. At least so far. Okay, pretty good damage on that first turn. I feel I'm mostly just going to be on healing duty with Cream. Assuming I can get a heal off. Why are you targeting... Okay, that's 1 down. Donk. Oh, so close on that other one as well. Oh yeah, I got health regen, so... that's good. Just gonna get rid of you. Get rid of you. Gonna try for a heal, and, you. I'm hoping at the very least... oh. Okay, that one's actually fairly easy. I feel I definitely need to buff the healing next, though. I maxed out Refresh, so that's good. The nice thing as well about going through that section again is I've got to been able to respec a couple of things. I mean, saying that, some characters are definitely doing better than others. I'm definitely looking forward to potentially getting more equipment, because I feel that's definitely going to make the difference later on. Well, so much for ending this in 1 turn. Never mind. I'll happily take my health leaf. Valiant effort, Dustlings, but I can see you're wearing down. I must say, I am impressed. Never before has a civilization failed to kneel before me. It won't be a complete waste to destroy you myself. Come, my Nocturnus, to me! Convenient egg hatching moment. We're not ready for this, Sonic. We have to be. It really just feels like a stock picture of Robotnik there in the background, and, well, that certainly helps matters.
Sonic! Tails! Just in time.
More dust to sleep away. Very well then, let us see what you've got.
Start shaking, Vanitidus. Now you've got our full attention.
click for shadow. Yeah, I figured that I was going to add shadow into the thumbnail at some point, so I think this seemed like the decent time. I'm thinking for this, we're gonna go for the main crew. We're gonna go for the protagonists. Seems only fitting. Okay, from what I've heard about this particular fight, have I seen Kill la Kill? Ages ago. It's been ages since I've seen Kill la Kill, and well, that's nice. We got our we got all our power back, so we could just rail into Venidivus. Gonna go no holds barred, methinks. Yeah, blow kiss. Just gonna focus on the buffs for the time being.
Let's do it to it.
Yeah, from what I can tell, he's just mostly Dark Anomaly. What are you doing to me? Okay, that's not good. Dang it, I missed. Here I was thinking that was gonna be my big play, my big, haha, you lose, Venidivus. But I guess not. He's just gonna jab me with his, just whack me with his stick. I mean, we are doing decent damage, at least for the time being. Great. Me thinking Sonic's pretty much a liability at this point. Ah well. Guess we'll just try the scan again and just wail into him. Because I think he's the main target at this point. Oh no, he's got counter. That's not good. Well, Sonic's dead. Try this again. Gotcha. Now I'm imagining we'll do a little bit better. Go get him, Knuckles. That's not good. I can't afford to have Knuckles. Claims that Sonic's getting another anime. I mean, I'm not entirely certain as to whether Chow Tails counts. Just gonna go for the health route, methinks. Oh wait, Amy's still got a whole bunch of power on her, so I may as well just use some of it. Venidivus is nearly down at the very least. I think she should be gone this turn. I mean, I'd definitely be for another Sonic anime. Then again, if Devil May Cry is anything to go by, then strictly being an anime isn't really an indicator of quality. Because I've seen, or should I say more specifically, heard various things about the Devil May Cry anime, and it sounds like a disappointment. Somehow Venidivus is... I keep calling him Venidivus, and I know that's not his name, but I feel compelled to call him it anyway. This last turn should do it, methinks. Well, Tails is dead. Wait, we might oh no. That's my first game over. Reload. I'm not wasting rings on that. Some people say it's a return of Sonic X, but I highly doubt. I mean, I know there is definitely a demand for Sonic X. I know that at the very least. Methinks I'm just going to save out here. No reason not to. I don't think I'm gonna need that other save file anyways. May as well. Okay, let's try this again. I think I'm gonna have to reevaluate which team members I bring for this, because obviously it feels as though Sonic needs to be there. I'm thinking maybe honestly, I kind of feel compelled to still bring Tails. Let's try this again. I'd rather not just be the bulk of the stream, me just trying and failing to beat this, so we'll just see how it goes. Refresh. Just going all the hard-hitting moves. So close. If you could, any Sonic game is... Guessing you wanted to reword that? I did see a little bit of it. You could adapt any Sonic game into a show, which would it be? Part of me immediately just wants to say Adventure 2, but we already sort of have that with the movie. Honestly, I'm kind of content at the moment in terms of Sonic adaptations. I'm mostly just in the realms of wanting to see something new from the series. Very nearly messed that one up. Okie doke. Methinks we just, yeah, just do that. Come on, Knuckles, you can... Honestly, this one is going a fair bit smoother than last time. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah. I think that's just sort of the main thing, really, I've been thinking about a fair bit. Cream the best, I mean, yeah. Kind of felt compelled to just bring on more things because it is just Bunny Day. Like adventure games were adapted into Sonic X Season 2. Yeah, exactly. Alright, let's do this again, Finitiverse. That just drawing of Knuckles there really just sort of reminds me of Sonic Underground for whatever reason. Guess just because of how off-model it looks. Alright, let's try this again. So Sonic has to be in there, so I'm thinking Omega. And then I'm thinking we just bring the the supports. Let's see how we do this time. I mean, of course I'm in the mood for just bringing Omega. Why wouldn't I? We'll try the beam cannon. And 2 just in case, and then refresh. Feeling a little bit more confident now. We'll see. Because I know Omega's generally just... Got it! It was definitely worth doing. Ah, heck. Well, there goes most of Sonic's health. Well, I got him down at the very least, so there's that. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Sonic Underground was one of the last shows to have the... Yeah, that is weird to really think about. Especially given the sort of reputation that Underground has as just sort of being the bad show. Alright, we nearly got him down. This was definitely unnecessary, but I figured I'd just do it just in case. We'll try another beam cannon. Items, cure-all spray. Because we don't really have any buffs going at the moment. Medibots, let's just go with that. And Creme. We'll try another refresh. Oh, Sonic's dead again. I think this might be a good indicator of Omega just being one of the better fighters in general, because unlike a lot of the characters, his base attack is ranged. So I don't think he's as susceptible to counter. There we go. Ix is dead. Killed by special beam cannon. I'm happy with that. Yeah, we'll just keep plying through the rest of the mooks because their leader's gone. Ring of Life, we'll bring Sonic back, and yeah, we may as well go for a heal. Surprisingly easy to pull off. Sonic Prime canon to the games, or is it? I mean, it was marketed as being canonical to the series, even though there's nothing really in it to indicate that it is so, aside from just Sonic Advance free footage showing up weirdly at one point. So its canonicity, well, generally I don't really tend to see much beyond Shadow the Hedgehog as being canon anyway, but I think it's more so take it or leave it sort of situation as far as I'm aware. At least as far as I'm aware, if you just deal with the little guys, they just come back after a fashion. So I think the best thing we can really do at this point is just focus fire. Definitely very important, meanwhile, that we keep Omega alive. Because he is the hard hitter. Metamitter, that seems appropriate to use at this point. At least I think I can get away with using it. Never mind. In the official timeline, Advance 1 is not... Yeah, I thought that was super strange. That for some reason Advance 2 and 3 are on the timeline, yet Advance 1 was not. I think there is a little bit of stipulation there, admittedly, that there is stuff that's not shown on the timeline but is canonical. At least I think. Okay, I think we just lay into him. One hit should do it. There we go. First fight with Imperator Finidivus. I'm still gonna call him that. Enough of this. You fought well, but even you cannot stop me from conquering this world. I have been imprisoned in the Twilight Cage for far too long. Soon I will break free and shake the foundations of the universe.
Imperator Finidivus, we never discussed conquering this world. We only wanted to return to it. I won't...
Silence, woman! Shade!
Knuckles, no!
What? Pretty sure SEGA Rings also supposed to be canon to generate... Yeah, I think that is also in there. Thinking of doing something spooky for October. I always get the feeling I should, but I can't really think of stuff I'd want to do, because not really a big fan of the whole Sonic horror game scene. That was never really my cup of tea. I have what I've come for, little worms. Now that I have the Master Emerald, no one can stop me. Look well upon your world. Soon it will all be mine.
No!
Okay, later. He's too late. He's supposed to be the fastest.
No! Sonic, we have to go. No, we have to stop Finidivus. There's no time. Everyone brace yourselves.
And he just falls over. Black Hole Sun, finally. Chapter 6. I gotta say, Tails did warn you to brace yourself, Sonic. It's your fault that you're on the floor. And yeah, now this really is looking like California. Even the statue's been beheaded. Thinking more... Stream Night or something like... I'll have to think about it.
Is everyone okay? Just a little shaken up, but we here. What happened? Finidivus got away. He took the Master Emerald.
Without the Emerald, the Angel Island fell. We've lost. Finidivus has won.
We can't give up. We have to... Look!
Lord Finidivus' plan. It has begun. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. Look, I'm pointing at something.
Finidivus has taken the Master Emerald back into the Twilight Cage. Your world is lost. Why should we believe anything you say? I thought I was helping my people return from exile. I didn't know Lord Finidivus planned to conquer this world. I was blind. I can't expect you to believe me. I just want a chance to get back to Lord Finidivus for using my people as a weapon. What is Finidivus up to? Why does he need the emeralds? Finidivus hoped to use their power to return our clan to this world. At least that's what he told us. Now I know he was using my people for his own selfish ends.
Then the legends are true.
It would seem so, although I have never heard of them. What legends?
The Nocturnus clan of Echidnas ruled much of the world some 4,000 years ago. They were only rivaled by my ancestors, led by Pachacamac. Somehow Knuckles knows this again, despite wanting to remain ignorant to his past after adventure. Whatever. The Nocturnus clan disappeared not long after Perfect Chaos nearly destroyed my people. We always thought Perfect Chaos destroyed them, too.
Perfect Chaos was Pachacamac's doing. Your clan paid the price for unleashing its anger, but my clan was spared. With our greatest rivals gone, the Nocturnus clan nearly colonized the rest of the world. Then we were exiled to the Twilight Cage. Wait, Shade is 4,000 years old? You always were into older women, eh, Knuckles?
Somehow Knuckles just ignores this. Even though I'm pretty certain that he's supposed to be the one who gets flustered by Rouge's advances, at least that's what I recall. So X has taken the Master Emerald as part of his plan to conquer the world. How did the Marauders get here without the Master Emerald? Technology overcomes all obstacles. Our warp belts create bubbles of space around us. Within that bubble, it is as if we'd never left the Twilight Cage. Unfortunately, it isn't perfect. Eventually, the warp bubbles wear off, and we must return. To truly cross into this world, Finidivus needed to open the wormhole, and to that, he needed the Master Emerald. What are these legends you spoke about? Oh. Thanks for looping us back here, fellas. Why did he move Angel Island? Your military has set up around the base of the island. To conquer Angel Island, Finidivus needed to bring it to him. He used the Chaos Emeralds to draw the island over to Metropolis, where he had set up our base. The plan was to assault the island on our turf rather than attacking it, within legions of soldiers underneath. We have to find a way to stop him. Yes, we must. A wormhole in the sky directly above Metropolis. My lab is filled with old starship parts, just waiting to be put to good use. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Almost certainly. Oh, please, this isn't the time for nerd bonding. What are you two going on about? Well, being the utterly unparalleled genius I am, I happen to have set aside rocket parts for this sort of occasion. I've designed them to be simple enough for even Tails here to be able to help me put them together. And this'll work for sure? Absolutely, I even have a dimensional buffer stored away. Perfect. You just happen to have these parts lying around? Of course! After all the times I've tried to take over the world, you think I wouldn't have mere rocket parts around? Ha! You truly know nothing of the genius of Robotnik. It can't be that easy. Of course not. What challenge would there be, then? There is the small matter of a massive floating island crashing into my city, knocking out my power grid. My lovely, beautiful power grid. So even if we got the parts for the ship, we couldn't put them together without power. Oh, and it seems the crash has broken open my hazard vaults. So I wouldn't worry too much. It's likely that mad robot is running amok as we speak. What do you think of Sonic Rumble Nate? I'm kind of interested to try out Rumble at the very least. I mean, I was never really all that interested in that sort of Fall Guys type of game, but I figure I'm sort of obligated to try it out at the very least. Oh, is that all? Sonic, Robotnik and I will go to his lab and start gathering parts. If you can get the power grid back up, we can get the spaceship up ready in no time. I will go with the Hedgehog. Oh, no you don't. You stay away from me, you witch. Please, I wish to be of use. What was in the hazard vault? Oh, just some prototype robots. Old machines are never used because they were too unpredictable. You kind of think metal would be thrown up in the hazard vault after Heroes. Certainly Sonic the Hedgehog is nothing to fear from them. Then we have a plan. Let's get moving. Yeah. There are 3 generators that supply power to my lab. I'll mark them on your map. If you can activate them all, then we can get to work on that spaceship. We will not fail. Good luck, Sonic. So now we have a new party member, Shade. Kind of interested to see what she does because I can't quite remember, and I think from this point out, the fight with Finidivus, I think, was the last time we were able to use Robotnik, unfortunately. So I'm thinking for this we go with Amy and Cream, because flying, mostly just because of their field abilities, their movements. Smash and fly. Ooh, she has stealth. Okay, at level 10 she gets climb and teleport, so a whole bunch of new stuff. And power moves. We have Cloak, making it harder for her to hit in combat. Blade Rush, which has Leech. I'm thinking for the time being we just go. It's kind of weird that she doesn't actually have all that many power moves. Just she has her Cloak, she has Blade Rush, which I think is going to be the majority of what you use. I mean, obviously, just the leech aspect will make her pretty tanky at the very least. Kinder Rush. So, mostly just team attacks by the looks of it, including one with Sonic. Interesting. Alright. I'm gonna try and just get as much stuff as I can around here. And of course, the SEGA drones are back in force. Will I actually be able to hit them this time? We shall see. So far, though, it doesn't look all that promising. Let's try out Blade Rush. Oh, she actually has multiple moves. She only... I'm also just gonna try out the movesets from here on out. I do think, admittedly, they do intend for you to spread out your power points as opposed to just using all your power points on one move. I see. Well, it does seem pretty strong at the very least. I imagine the health regen at the very least is going to be quite useful. I can definitely see Shade just being a pretty strong hard hitter. Just generally. Alright, let's see what I have to do with the cloak. Okay, just free. That doesn't seem too bad. Oh, that's great. Just ignoring my power moves, why don't you? I sure do love going up against these sentries. Oh, no you don't. You started this fight, I'm gonna finish it. Not gonna bother with power moves at this point, just... Assault Drone Mark II. Oh, so really bringing out the big guns by the looks of it. Okie doke. It does seem like you're intended to use a flyer around here, at least that's what it looks like. Another Julina. I'm hoping at the very least we get more interesting Chow from here on out, because I think the Red Chow are mostly delegated to the endgame. On first things first. Need some equipment. Have I got anything equipped to Robotnik at the moment? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Let's see what Shade can use, because I think she's going to be... Swift Boots? Yeah, let's put that on. Consumables, Chow. I think for the time being I'm just going to put Fess on her. No particular reason why.
Tails, we activated one of the generators. Good, now just find the other two.
Alright, that seemed fairly self-explanatory. Oh yeah, this music. I think this is supposed to be based on... Title Tempest Past. At least the melody seems fairly similar. Oh. Guardian Pawn Mark II. Just complete with the most bulky of health. Alright, let's... Yeah, I'm guessing you're gonna need armor piercing for this. Later. This is kind of annoying that I just tend to do this all the time, but... Oh, great. Yeah. Oh, what are you doing now? What are you doing? Yeah, me thinks we're just not gonna bother with a lot of the fights in here. I feel there's a time and place for grinding levels, but it's not right now. Surprisingly tough. From what I recall, at the very least, this particular chapter is kind of short. Mostly just us wandering around the complete abyss. So I'm to believe that I'm better playing a controller than mouse and keyboard. Is that not? I mean, I usually play on controller, that mostly just because that's what I'm used to doing. I grew up playing on controllers and handheld, so naturally that's just sort of what I tend to stick with. Honestly, I don't really see anything wrong with that, to be perfectly honest, because it's you who's playing the games after all, so if there's a particular way you enjoy playing the games, then I'd say just stick to that. At least that's my 2 cents on the whole matter. Oh wow, Shade's actually faster than Cream. That's kind of... It's kind of weird actually seeing someone who's faster than Cream. Who isn't Sonic. I will definitely admit though, I kind of feel as though the Sonic streams are still what I look forward to doing the most at the end of the week. Part of me kind of feels it's mostly just because of all the voices that I tend to do. Like, I'm fairly certain you've heard, I really do enjoy doing the Robotnik voice at the very least. Which is obviously based on the OVA. At least it's supposed to be. Just generally an entertaining voice to do, I kinda like it. And part of me kind of wishes I could more so go through a lot more of the, I suppose, text-based Sonic games, so I have more chances to do that, so... Needless to say, Rush will probably be what I do next. There we go. What's annoying as well is we aren't even getting all that great XP around here. Oh, this is a new one. Literally just got stuck on a bit of rubble. Bomb point. Ah. I don't remember too much about this guy, but he seems dangerous. So just gonna go whole hog on him, I believe. Hopefully I won't need to do... Hopefully I won't need to, do all of these. And I guess we'll just do heal first. Okay, that seemed fairly easy. Yeah, it's weird. Heal is a lot easier to pull off than I remember. Hey, me. Hey, me. I'll be honest, part of me kind of wishes there was a way for you to, actually apply buffs before you go into battle. Maybe I'm just too used to cassette beasts. Where you just have every battle starting out with you putting up every single buff under the sun. Now you got Raise Arms to increase your range attack, you got AP boost, you got Gambit. You got all these different power-ups you can just throw on yourself at the start of the game. I mean, obviously that's just how the game is played. I just kind of wish we got a similar thing here. Like maybe just the Chow, which allows you to use a specific power move at the start of the fight. Maybe you can even have enemies that counteract that, like Hin Cassette Beast. Where you have enemies which, if you try using attacks before the fight starts, you get punished immediately with the attack just returned against you. Something like that. Oh, the bomb pawns actually do give XP, that's nice. Okay, power moves, demoralize, tough. Oh, demoralize affects all enemies. That's pretty good, actually. Revive ally, okay. Revive one ally with 100% of HP. I'm guessing that's going to be a lot better once we actually get into the things. Replenish 100 HP, replenish 150 HP. I'm gonna go demoralize. Should at the very least give Cream some extra stuff to do in a fight, as opposed to just being the heal bots. I guess this is just gonna be the best I can do for an Easter celebration, just me playing as Bunny throughout the entire proceedings. Can you please leave me alone, sir? I'm hoping at the very least these, it's kind of weird that, we're now only getting the Mark IIs. I'm guessing that just because they were out of the Hazard Vault. Maybe that's the explanation as to why we're getting Mark IIs. I think they seem to fight the same as the other ones. Yeah, I don't have time for this. Later. Got places to be. I know I'm gonna regret this later, but for now, I gotta move. I don't want this to be like last time where I was just stuck fighting robots for the entire part. Okay, Shade. So I guess between, oh. It feels like between her and the likes of Kryn, there isn't... With my entire team set up, there's kind of not really much of a reason to use Knuckles, I've noticed. Feels like there should be something else here, I wonder. Again, I'm pretty certain this is supposed to be Tidal Tempest Past. Could be wrong. I wonder we can build a spaceship. You impress me, Sonic the Hedgehog. Why is that? I worked for Lord Finidivus for a very long time. He has led my people for as long as we can remember. But you faced his wrath. You and your friends stand up against him. You risk everything in a desperate attempt to stop him. I find that inspiring. Is he really that powerful? He is, and as powerful as Lord Finidivus is alone, he is surrounded by advanced technology and the finest warriors in my clan. We have a difficult fight ahead of us, Sonic. I go with you knowing that Finidivus will most likely kill me. We have a lot to do. Let's go. There are many designs in this game I've never seen in later. I think that's mostly just because of the more Western influence, because of course this was Bioware. I suppose there is a little bit of a Archie/SatAM feel to a lot of this, which is partially why there was the whole copyright issue with Penders. Yeah, not gonna deal with you. Maybe in New Game Plus, but for now, later. So close. Like, again, this is like the first official Sonic game to actually contain SWAT bots. Which, when it comes to, at least the Western canon, is kind of wild to think about. Like, SWAT bots were such an integral part of, Western Sonic canon. It's just being the name for a lot of Robotnik's badniks. But here, that's just not the case. You know what? I'll take the bomb pawn. I at the very least get some decent EXP off of it, so may as well. Also, as you've probably noticed, I've made a little bit of an adjustment to how the chat looks. I'm hoping at the very least it looks decent. Because I was just looking, also just looking back at some of my old streams. It does look kind of unprofessional, which, again, this is the most professional streaming content on YouTube, so I'd hope for it to be looking as such. And I really can't wait to get that one shell, which just removes all the reaction commands, man. I can't wait for Cream to just break the game. Super Bomb. What year is this game from? 2008, I believe. At least I'm fairly certain that's the case. I will also say, now that Shada is a part of the party now, I really do quite like her design. Maybe it's just because I am like her outfit. I'm sure you can guess as to why, but honestly, I wouldn't have minded if she'd appeared in more games. I can definitely see the sort of appeal of a character like this. Maybe might have ended up being some inadvertent inspiration for Strife. Not that you know who that is. One day, maybe. Ah, there's the ship. Sorry, Sonic. Robotnik and I are busy working on this rocket. Ah, it feels nice to be working in my old lab again. Oh, the great machines I've created in here. Once we have power, I'll get that rocket built in no time. It must be very humbling being in the presence of such a great scientific mind. I'm kind of curious to see actually if we have any more and that's right, I don't have Chupaloo on Sonic. I shall have to change that. For now, I kind of want to see if any of our other characters have leveled up. I'm getting old in this game. I mean, yeah, it does feel kind of strange just them looking back and being like, this game is from 2008, but it's sort of a particular sentiment I've been hearing a fair bit lately. The question of whether or not we really need any more entertainment, considering how much we've gotten over the years. Especially after the 2010s, and it just sort of feels as though we've gone past the pinnacle of entertainment, if that makes any sense. Maybe it'll come back one day, but it just sort of feels as though, at this point, we're not really missing out on much. It really is kind of a shame that Tails isn't allowed to come with us. I really would have appreciated her input with regards to, what am I saying? We could bring Omega. Kind of want to keep Smash free, to be perfectly honest, so, we'll go with that. Gold is gold. I do at the very least want to try and get all the eggs in here. Ah, great, and we got more of this. I feel I already mentioned it before, though, I'll just say at the very least, the combat here at the very least did feel a fair bit better on an actual DS touchpad. Again, it just feels as though a lot of these, oh no. It just feels as though a lot of these battles do tend to drag on a fair bit, which is a shame. It just makes you think I'm definitely looking forward a lot more to playing Rush now. I suppose another thing that I've been thinking about with regards to the Sonic series, because I think I mentioned previously about general audiences not really seeing the Sonic series as anything but niche, partially because of games like this, and I'm kind of in a weird situation where I kind of want the Sonic series to get more experimental, but it'd be fine if we didn't get more stuff like this, because we've already seen it in action, we've already got it, and I'd say for the future of the series, if it does has one, maybe a bit more of a focus on keeping everything, I suppose, more solid. I was gonna say more solidarity, something to that effect, with regards to continuity. More cohesive. Just generally more cohesive experiences, because it especially feels in the late 2000s, from what I've observed, that there wasn't really all that much in terms of a attention to detail with regards to world building. It's more just sort of slap Sonic in this particular setting and just go at it. I think a good example of that actually is Unleashed, because with stuff like SA2 and Shadow the Hedgehog, we got a proper world map, and Unleashed just ignored it for the sake of gameplay, which, from a gameplay stance, is okay, but with regards to actually creating a cohesive world, not exactly the most healthy. Ooh. On a character will always find an extra reward item after combat. That's pretty neat. I don't want to put that on Shade now. If I can remember which one it was. Cool it. Stiglin, Zimba. A lot of these names just blend into one another, I've noticed. There we go. And G's greatly increases luck of all team members. And which one did Amy get? Joy, okay. Guess we'll give Sonic Fest for the time being. Alright, let's go. Just means one more Chowing around here somewhere and 3 more rings. Again with these fellas. Definitely looking forward to seeing the back of these guys. Feels as though I'm getting fairly better at that minigame at the very least, which is good. As I'm fairly certain it becomes compulsory after a fashion. Alright, Bomb One, we'll get some more experience off of you. Let's do it. I keep accidentally trying to hit Cloak for some reason. And we'll go for a heal. Definitely looking forward to seeing this leveled up, because it's gonna be incredibly useful. Just being able to just have effectively a full heal for most party members in my back pocket makes my difference. It's gonna be very, very useful. I think at most characters' health mostly just goes up to 300, so that's still half. Still a pretty solid chunk of health getting back. The other one seems fairly simple to get a grasp of. All right. Let's just focus fire on the drones. You're on healing duty. Just everything about this UI just screams like licensed Cartoon Network DS shovelware game. Because honestly, a lot of this does kind of admittedly feel like shovelware. The weird thing is I still kind of enjoy it, weirdly enough. Maybe it's just because of who's on the box. Alright. I didn't even get the... I went in there for nothing. Now we have to go for all this miasma again. Wonderful. I have to run through you again. Ah. I thought I got the... Now I really am depressed. No, I wouldn't go that far, it's just... another thing I overlooked and now I'm paying the price for it. And I'm gonna have to run past these guys again. Wonderful. There we go. Finally, the last generator. That ought to do it. Let's get back to Tails. Sonic, we have power. There's a problem. Robotnik's dimensional buffer is in the hazard vault. Without that, the spaceship will never be able to withstand the rigors of dimensional travel. Anything we should be looking out for? Robotnik says he thinks most of the robots will have escaped already. Should be a matter of just going in and getting the part. Why do I doubt it'll be that easy? I'm sure he can handle anything else that's in there. Why doesn't Robotnik go get it himself? Alright, done getting the ship together. If you can get that last part, we can all get this done sooner. Great, once we have the dimensional buffer, we can take off after Finerivis. All we have is 3 more rings and a single egg. Oh, and now we have to take the springs. Please excuse me if I just don't fight you. At the very least, we're doing fairly decent damage now, but I don't trust these guys being tankier than they're worth. They don't seem worth the trouble, to be perfectly honest with you, which is, again, kind of a shame. Does sort of feel as though it needs a fair bit more of the, I suppose, fodder to act as, EXP. This must be the hazard vault. Let's go. The part we need is inside. Well, here's the last 3 rings. I'm guessing the last of the eggs is going to be in here as well, so we don't have to keep wandering around here for hours. You can just grab the egg and go. Because that's mostly what I'm worried about more at the moment, weirdly enough. Just get eggs. That felt good. Alright, let's see if I can nail it this time. Gotcha. I think there's a boss coming up, so I'm not going to worry about using power moves. Now, it really puts you off guard just how much it speeds up at the end there. Again, though, I do quite like this particular design. It does definitely look imposing, though. I'm gonna be honest, I definitely prefer the egg pawn sort of design of robots. Because generally speaking, I tend to see Robotnik as being a fair bit more egotistical. Nothing about these robots really screams Eggman / Robotnik to me. More just sort of more generic-ish looking robots, which look cool, but you don't really get the indication that they're Eggman robots. Again, like you do in Rush or Heroes. Generally speaking, I kind of feel that the magnet designs in Heroes should just be the standard to an effect, just that sort of aesthetic. Because in terms of a Eggman robot, it just feels right in my opinion. Well, that's what an Eggman robot should look like. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me, though. Finally. Yep, and we're getting more items, which is always good. Oh, and there's boxes around here as well. Ooh. This should be easy enough. This place looks pretty empty. You say that, and then you just got this guy prancing in. Ha 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 ha! I am free to destroy.
Ugh. A robot Robotnik. Disgusting.
It's Robotnik or Metal Robotnik.
A hedgehog in running shoes. Disgusting.
He just does the funny prance. Okay. Eggbot. Gotta say, it's definitely a more freakishly lifelike simulacra of Robotnik compared to, say, the E-series of the Egg Pawns. Kinda sort of reminds me of the body double he used in Heroes, even though that was technically Metal Sonic, but it seems, I could sort of see why you'd have one of these, just to act as a decoy, just, again, kind of strange design. Just gonna burn you down, Robotnik. Before you take over the role of Robotnik and just genocide the entirety of Mobius with your egg grapes. Archie was wild, man. Oh, what are you doing? He's just slowly advancing. Oh, he has Palpatine lightning. Nice. Yeah, that Blade Rush does a heck of a lot of damage, I must say. Come on, bonk you on the head. That didn't do it. Well, Sonic's dead again. And I suppose it makes sense, consider that, this one would target Sonic, but it's just kind of funny still. I think I'm just gonna target the one on the left first. Not gonna bother with power moves, because... Oh, it's got oh, no. He's got self-repair. Things have just gone from bad to worse. Just... I just realized I never got a chance to use the meta-mitter last time. What is that damage? What have you done to Cream? Again, what is this damage? What is this magic? Okay, just gonna focus on you. I think I'm just gonna go for the meta-mitter right off the bat, just to be sure. Come on, Shade, survive. Yes! It's kind of weird because I've never actually bothered using that much in terms of the meta-mitters, because, I mean, granted, they are just sort of like the super powerful items, but I don't really recall using them all that much. Okay, by the looks of it, we're just gonna have to deal with the drones first before we move on. Gonna target you. Gonna target you. Gonna target you. Seriously, what is that damage? What is this magic? Well, there goes Shade. Already we're in a bit of a tight spot. Alright, I think Sonic and Amy have got this. Just, wrap it up, you two. Seriously, that's insane damage. There we go. Defeated the egg bot. Got the dimensional buffer and 500 XP, not bad. Sonic, are you okay? They're fine, just had to deal with one of Robotnik's old friends. He was such a handsome devil. We have the dimensional buffer now. We should be ready to go. Great, meet us at Robotnik's lab and get everything ready. Tails out. Barbo. Okay, not gonna take any chances. Give me the consumables. Wow, only 2 health roots. I know that probably wasn't worth using, but just enough to get us back to base, methinks, and the egg should be in here, right? Ah, I knew there was a reason I brought Smash free. I remember! I remember this particular part of the game. I remember that you needed Amy. Iron Claws. Good for Omega. And the last of the eggs, we're pretty much done with, let's actually have a look at the world map real quick. Metropolis Ground Zero. Oh. Yeah, the entire world has turned purple. The seas are now purple. Obviously, there's no means for us to return to anywhere else, so we're just sort of stuck here in Metropolis Ground Zero with Angel Island just crashed into it. Alright. Let's get going. I mean, I say that, but we still have to get past you. I'm really gonna need to stock up on healing items at some point. You know what? Since we're pretty much out of the woods at this point, I'm just gonna go whole hog. Gonna go whole hog. Whole hedgehog. It does sort of lead me to wonder, because I remember in the OVA, I watched the OVA yesterday, I think, in fact, I believe, and I remember specifically that Sonic couldn't break through a particular enemy's armor because it had a quote-unquote polymer alloy. And I just can't help but wonder, why doesn't Robotnik just reinforce all his bad necks so that Sonic can't just bust through them like they're made out of paper? I know it's mostly just because of, mostly for gameplay purposes, but it does kind of feel strange that after all this time, Robotnik just hasn't reinforced any of his bad necks. Ah, great. Honestly, a lot of the enemies here just sort of make me wish we had Tails on hand. Mostly just because of Scan. You know, I'm just gonna go throw everything at you. Oh yeah, we got a refresh off, didn't we? So we could just... I didn't even have to bother with this. I could just hit you with power moves. Ah, well, you're gone anyway. Fight's pretty much over. At least it would be if one of you would actually hit. I'm just thinking as well, I'm not entirely certain as to whether Cream would be susceptible to counters as well, because her main attack is also ranged. And you can now see why I really dislike the sentry enemies. Or should I just say the drones? Alright, let's finally get out of here. And I don't actually have to deal with that enemy. Hooray! Hooray! We're finally getting out of Metropolis. Finally, we're getting to the interesting... Never mind. I was getting all excited that I'd finally be out of Metropolis, but no. Just had to rain on my parade. Just had to spit in my soup. Okay, feel a little bit safer after that. Amy is just on one hit point, basically, before that. Also kinda wild just how much punishment this thing can take. Well, there goes Cream. Donk. Come on, we can make it. We're nearly at the base. Just this last enemy and we can go home. It's kind of annoying is that the power moves also just cancel out if the enemy you use them on expired during that particular turn. It doesn't target another enemy. And you just sort of sat there doing nothing. It's annoying. Like, even if it just defaults using normal attacks on a random enemy, that would have been better. Anyways, finally we're in here. The dimensional buffer is a fine invention. Pity I never had a chance to try it out. At least not since that one time. I never did see those pants again. I'm kind of curious as to what happened there, Robotnik. Because I'm assuming you wear other stuff other than that same outfit you've been wearing since 1998. Alright, I think we're all set to go. We have a few minutes before the dimensional buffer window cycles around. This will be a great time to save your game if you haven't saved in a while. How do you feel about all this? I hope you want to say this, but I'm excited. I'm going to see another world. Sure, we might not escape, but... Besides, we have to do this. We can't just let Fenervis have the Chaos Emeralds. Do you know anything about the Twilight Cage? Not much, just that Shade's clan came from there. She ought to know more than I do. I think it's time to get going. Alright, everyone, we're leaving right now. Gather your things and get on the ship.
Good luck out there now. Without my genius working for you, you're in for quite a fight. Wait, Robotnik, you're not going? Oh no, you'll need someone to help you with re-entry when you come back.
Hey, he did the Star Wars. He's doing a Star Wars.
Interdimensional travel isn't like dusting crops, boy. You need someone of supreme intellect to guide you back in.
You know what? Let me just do this real quick. Just real quick. So you can see it better. There we go. That looks a little bit better, methinks. There, he's doing a Star War.
I'm not sure we should trust him here all alone.
Come now, Sonic, what could I possibly get up to here? My city is in ruins, my machines destroyed. I am a broken man, left only with the finest mind the world has ever known. Go, without worry, my blue friend.
Final boarding call for the Twilight Cage.
We're leaving. Everyone coming?
On our way. Thanks for all your help, Robotnik. I really mean it.
Ah, it was all you, my little friend. Now go on.
Goodbye.
With that, they all enter the spaceship. Into space, finally. Goodbye, Sonic the Hedgehog. The quest for the Chaos Emeralds, and boy howdy does this look familiar. As we enter through turbulent points.
We did it! We're in the Twilight Cage. Oh, too bad Robotnik had to miss this.
I've never heard anyone sound so happy to be here. We won't be here long, Shade. Not if I have anything to say about it.
Switch into manual navigation. Grab hold, team. This could get rough. What's going on? Something's wrong. We didn't take into account the transspatial frequency. It's jamming our dimensional buffer. Pretend I have no idea what you're talking about, cutie.
Again with this weird sentiment of shipping Tails with Rouge. I don't get it.
Stuff is happening and we're losing power. I'll try to sit down on that planetoid there, but it's gonna be a hard landing. Is everyone alright? I think so.
I'm fine. I think my eyes are broken. No wait, they're just closed.
Let's get out and have a look around.
Now I think for this particular section we're gonna need Tails. And I kinda wanna bring Knuckles. Kinda. And, you know, let's just go with the team protagonists. How about that? That seems like a fairly sensible thing to do. Done. Auto level. Let's see what else we can get for Tails. Honestly, I've heard a few decent things about the flashbang, so I kind of want to get those at this point. Kind of feel just compelled to, I guess, diversify my moveset a little bit, because we already maxed out Scan. And Knuckles. Let's see what Knuckles has on offer. Yeah, we can get Knuckles Express, we can get the Knuckles Sandwich, we can get Hardline. Ah. Is that the, a reference to Johnny Jolie's other band? That's an encouraging thought at the very least if it is. Okay. Knuckles teams up with Shadow and Shade to deliver a crushing attack likely to distract the target. Kinda like the sound of that, and the Knuckles Express, methinks. Kinda weird that Knuckles gets so many team moves with Shadow of all people. And here we are, with what sounds like Volcano Valley, except put through a dishwasher.
What is this place? I don't know. Looks like some kind of rock planet.
This is the home colony of the Kron. They are allies of Lord Finidivus.
Shade, what do you know about the Kron? They are a race of miners and builders, the finest of all in the Twilight, the finest in all the Twilight Cage. Lord Finidivus uses them to build his armor, weapons, and other machines. They are strong and persistent, very dangerous in a fight. Why would they work for X? You must understand. No, I said X. Dagnammit. You must understand. Lord Finidivus rules this place. Those who wouldn't work for him, he destroyed. And maybe we can turn them against him. That's a nice thought, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Sonic, we have a problem. The ship landed alright, but we're completely out of power, and I think the dimensional buffer is short. Are you saying we're stranded here? Well, not exactly. If we can find one of the Chaos Emeralds, we can use the power of the...
I know he calls it the Cyclone, but that's his mech from SA2. I think given the circumstances, I want to christen it a new name.
We can use it to power the Typhoon. And perhaps you can use my warp belt to put together a new dimensional buffer. I could at that. And my instruments detect there might be a Chaos Emerald here on this planetoid. You know anything about this place? Next to nothing. It seems like it to be made of rock and metal. I can't tell what else. There seems to be a Chaos Emerald here. That should be enough. That's awfully convenient. Lord Finidivus must have planted one of the Chaos Emeralds here. Maybe he didn't want to keep them all in one place.
Well, we came here for a Chaos Emerald. Let's not waste our time talking.
Right, we should explore this place, see what we can find.
I think the Kron might have a different idea.
Get ready, team.
Ah yes, aliens made out of living rock. Oh, 430, nice. I'm just thinking, one particular thing stands out to me with regards to these particular alien designs. Let me just... give me a moment. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, generally just sort of remind me of Regirock, to be perfectly honest. I think I'm just gonna play it safe with some standard attacks before I can get a scan off. Because that's what's important right now. And I think a low blow. Because Amy goes after Tails. And yeah, the Kron are generally quite heavily... Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, the Kron are generally quite heavily armored, so... I remember this as well from the promotional material. It basically just recommends using Tails' scan on them to allow you to actually do damage to them. And just like that, you go down fairly easy. I'm hoping at the very least we can get a shot which allows power moves to hit multiple targets despite what other things might say about that. Let's try a flashbang real quick. Flashbang through the door. I'm just thinking as well, Knuckles has armor piercing, so why did I bother? Blow Kiss me thinks. She only has eyes for Sonic after all, despite the whole Dexter thing, which, I don't think we, actually covered the, result of that. As far as I'm aware, Dexter doesn't actually exist. Maybe just made him up to make Sonic feel jealous. Psychic water!
Phew, that was quite a welcome. We need to find the Chaos Emerald. Let's have a look around. This would be a very good time to save the game, Sonic. And be on the lookout for more of those Kron.
I think before that, I kind of want to see if any other of our party members leveled up. I think I'll just put Shupaloo on Tails for the time being. No reason why, just... Oh, hey, Rouge.
Hey there, Big Blue. Got a moment? Sure, what's up? I have a secret, darling. It's just for you and me. Before we left home, I got a message from Gun. They have a little mission for me out here. They're curious about the Nocturnus and their technology. Want me to bring back some of them. Why do they want Nocturnus technology? They saw how easily the Nocturnists took out Knuckles and stole the Chaos Emeralds. They want some of that power for themselves. To defend the world, of course. I'm sure the Nocturnus clan soldiers will leave Nocturnus Tech behind when they defeat them in combat. When they do, just bring them to me, and I'll catalog them for gun. I have some Nocturnus Tech for you. Good, I'll take it. I'm sure the eggheads over at Gun will have a field day with this, whatever it is. Got any more? Yep. Good. Gun will get a real kick out of this, I'm sure, if we can figure out what it does. Got any more? Yep. I'm not sure why they want this stuff. Looks like junk to me. Oh, you'd think they'd have a better assignment than this for a girl like me. You got any more? Not right now. Just come see Old Rouge when you got some more Nocturnus Tech. I'll make it...
I'm not sure worth your while is advertiser friendly, to say the least, Rouge. Anyways, let's get moving. Kinda want to see if any of my party members leveled up in the meantime. Let's have a look. None of these ones. Obviously, since Robotnik has been left behind, he's no longer a playable character and will not be playable for the rest of the game, because of course we're stuck out here. Of course, Omega gets a more bonus points, and Full Auto, Blazing Tornado, Flammenwerfer, Wrecking Ball. I kinda wanna go for the Flammenwerfer. Again, I reckon Omega's gonna have a field trip around here, so I'm thinking, actually, you know, just to be entertaining for this last half hour, we're gonna want Tails, we're gonna want Knuckles, and I'm gonna bring Omega. Because I think it will be funny. I mean, knowing me, I'm probably gonna need... Oh, Smash Free. What do you know? I'm gonna need Amy for that. Never mind, I guess we're just going with the protagonist team. It's funny enough, actually, let me just have a look. Weirdly enough, I think Shade might actually be a better fit here, because it's like you got Fly Free, you got Climb from Shade, you got Smash with Amy, because generally it feels that between Tails and Amy that there isn't really much of a need to bring Knuckles along, weirdly enough, so may as well just bring Shade. I mean, obviously it's imperative that we bring Tails along at the very least. But yeah, this whole thing about going to different planets and finding Chaos Emeralds, this is pretty much just the plot for Season 3 of Sonic X again. Oh, there's more of them.
Halt, Nocturnus. Defile you shall not enter this ancient ground.
Oh, I forgot they spoke. Defile you shall not this ancient ground.
Nocturnus? They think we're Nocturnus. Why would they attack us? Could they be against the Nocturnus? This is certainly strange.
Miss you, my meaning. Nocturnus dudes, die you now. Want my wife and kids back, I do.
Yeah, I will admit I wasn't expecting to get a Yoda voice out here, but it did seem fairly, prompt for us to do after seeing their, speech patterns.
Maximum pain I must endure.
This... I'm just here thinking of these things just doing the Lego Yoda scream whenever you defeat them. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do a good job at replicating it, but it's funny to think of nonetheless. Nailed it. I don't know why, just the whole "wants my wife and kids back I do" thing just immediately just comes to mind. Actually, what am I thinking? Oh, you can skip, I think. Let's go for a flashbang. We'll try that out. Again. And, just power up Sonic, I guess. Just gonna focus fire one enemy, because that really just seems to be the main play here. I'm gonna say, these fellas do definitely do a lot of damage. Flashbang! That was surprisingly easy to pull off. At least compared to some of the other things I've seen here. I can't help but wonder what exactly is the stock sound effect they've opted to go for the Chron. This sounds strange and unusual. Also, you know what? Let's use an axe kick. Just burn this fellow down to the ground. And Amy doesn't have any power moves on offer either, so let's just do this. Yeah, that's good enough. I kind of feel that in terms of stats, my characters are somewhat glass cannons at this point. I mean, aside from Shade and possibly characters like Big and Omega, this just sort of gives you an impetus to actually use them. I suppose your main impetus for not really having any healing items at this point is just to abuse the fact that you can just go back into the ship at any point. Because I think the ship here basically just acts as a Pokemon Center. And that you can just go in and just not have to worry and just heal up. Alright, the scan wore off, didn't it? That's not good. I forget, is axe kick armor piercing? I suppose we'll find out. I think I'm just gonna need to have a little candy. Nothing I can really do here aside from just wail on him. Okay, so axe kick isn't armor piercing. Good to know. Bonk. I just figured here, this guy just sitting here just watching all these little goobers just trying to hit him in with their strongest attack, and it's just like, okay, you can hit me now. I said I'm ready. He's literally just gonna he literally just tried to kill Tails with an overhead. Seriously, a lot of the attack animations in this game are just brutal. Probably a waste to do this, but at the very least the fight's over now. Go get him. Refresher Wave, which grants... Yeah, Refresher Waves are also pretty powerful. Restoring 50 power points to the entire party. Naturally, something like that would be extremely powerful, and... let's do Spin Cycle, why not?
Thought we have many Nocturnus. Nocturnus, are you?
We're not here to fight you.
Small creatures with fur. You look like Nocturnus. If not you, Nocturnus, then must be you, Sonic the Hedgehog.
You've heard of him.
Posted, Lord Finitivus, reward for your capture. Know of you do all Chron. Wish we to live peacefully upon this ground, but forced we were for Lord Finitivus to build weapons and ships. Enslaved us, did Lord Finitivus. Stole he our precious ore. Angry became we, decided we to fight.
Why do you speak so strangely? I mean, it kind of seems insensitive, Sonic. I mean, they are aliens. Honestly, we should be kind of thankful that they speak a modicum of English.
Why would Ix enslave his own allies?
Allies! Never allies we were to Ix. Always slaves we were. Only now realize this did Foreman Crag. Realize too late city to save. Too late war to win.
You know anything about the Chaos Emeralds?
Crystal here. Brought here to power factory for weapons of war. Never saw did Foreman crack this crystal, but heard of it has he.
Perhaps that Foreman knows what it is or how to get it back. Maybe we can help each other against Venetivus.
Help us you against Lord Venetivus. Mad got you, mad gone.
We're here to defeat Venetivus. If we can help you, maybe Venetivus will be weaker.
Then speak you with Foreman Crag. Go you now, before change my mind I do. Go you through doors to the west. Follow you to Foreman Crag. Beware you, my fellow Kron. See you as nocturnal spies they will still.
Right, let's go, team.
Well, that's good to know. We're actually on decent terms with the Kron right off the bat. Because I could certainly imagine it being kind of awkward. Just us immediately arriving on this planet and being just labeled as undesirable number 1. More specifically, undesirable number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get the drill. I think it's probably ill-advised to fight Kron any more than we need to, which is it's kind of annoying because, again, I definitely feel I need to get more EXP, but I think we're at a point now where I can pretty much just go ahead and not have to worry about missing anything, because I remember wholeheartedly there was a side quest I missed back in Blue Ridge. Ah, there's a thing here. An echidna? More cheeselets.
I heard there were overworlders here on the Chronicles, but I didn't believe it. I am Nestor, historian and scholar of the Nocturnus clan. You have nothing to fear from me, I swear it.
No. Impossible. How could you be Nestor the Wise?
Nestor the Wise? That's interesting. I'll have to write that down. You know him, Knuckles?
Nestor the Wise was the most famous echidna historian of all time. His chronicles of the ancient times are legendary.
I suppose I should feel honored. I certainly don't feel like a legend.
What are you doing here, Nestor?
Ever since the Argus event, all Lord Venetivus cares about is conquest and battle, making machines of war, conquering the Twilight Cage for his own ends. I was exiled for speaking out against this attitude, and I think I got off easy. But I heard the Kron were mounting a rebellion against Venetivus, so I thought this might be a safe place. Is there any way we can help you? I miss the Nocturne. Time spent on this rock has made me homesick. If you could bring me objects, things that will remind me of the Nocturne, I would be glad to reward you with the finest gift of all. Knowledge.
Ah yes, he's just here in his cave with his new Lamborghini.
What kind of objects do you need? That's the thing, when the Nocturne were brought into the Twilight Cage, parts of it broke off and landed on the other colonies. If you could search for the other colonies for those parts and bring them to me, I could use it to decorate my house and remember my home. We'll see what we can do. Wonderful, I feel better already. Search each of the quiet Twilight Cage colonies for cast-off remnants of the Nocturne. I'll see what I can scrape together to reward your efforts. Hope to see you again soon.
This, as far as I'm aware, is a long-term side quest. We won't be able to complete it until pretty much the end of the game. Thanks for cornering me. But I will say, it must be kind of funny just seeing the Kron trying to catch up with you. Just having to plod over you super slowly. It's just like, we're not built for this. We're super bulky rockmen. How are we supposed to keep up with little blue rats? And I think I'm just gonna go heal up again real quick. And we'll see how far we can get into the Kron colony, because I think given the time we only have 15 minutes to go. So yeah, we'll bring along Shade. We'll bring along Tails. And, it's weird. I kind of feel obligated to bring along Amy, mostly just because of her field move. It's kind of strange like that. Alright, let's have a look-see. Alright, I guess my theory about Chao getting rarer the further along you are in the game is being proven wrong considerably. Well, at the very least I tried. It'd be interesting to figure out how I'm supposed to get up. I'm guessing it's we have to cut through this cave in order to get to the upper levels. At least that's my thought. Alright, let's go in. Yep, and already it just proves that we need Amy. I do kind of find it funny that Amy has a higher smash ability than Knuckles. I mean, you probably guess it's just because of the hammer, but I still can't help but find it kind of amusing. Just sort of goes into the whole, I suppose, perception of the fact that Amy's hammer is just Mjolnir and not the squeaky mallets that it was always made out to be in the past. Because, yeah, in the past, Amy's hammer was effectively just a squeaky mallet. And yet now it can just crush a train. Obviously I can't help but find that just strange, but at the same time I don't really mind so much, mostly just because it's funny. As in actually funny and not the sort of forced funny of the 2010s games. Isn't that you have this one fairly dainty character running around with just this destroyer of worlds, acting like an entirely head-empty gremlin of sorts. Generally, I feel my perception of Amy has changed a fair bit, mostly just down to Tinkerton. Who's also just this pink, cute-looking gremlin with a massive hammer. I think generally just I come to quite like characters like that. Oh, I just realized that this... I think the chat was lagging for me a little bit, but it's back now. Feel like finding some music for that reward? I mean... kind of have to. You wanna play this cyber... There's a Sonic mod for Cyberpunk? I'll probably have to look into that. Favorite character in this game? I'd probably have... I'd honestly have to say Cream or Omega, but then again, Tails right here is just proving his usefulness in his support role. I'm guessing you may... I always imagine the rock guy speaking like cavemen. Yeah, I do sort of get that, but I guess just the dialect just puts in mind Yoda. Venom I am. It's kind of weird because it's saying that he's been scanned, but at the same time he's not apparently. Yeah, I think I'm not going to use the refresher wave. It seems like a bit of a waste. as well just refresh the PV on everyone else. Seriously, that's super violent. Also, what exactly is the anatomy of a Kron, I must say? Because obviously they just have this massive, sphere in their chest, which they can just remove. I think that low blow is armor piercing, so I'm just gonna go with that for the time being. At least I'm thinking it is. Again, it's super weird to see these these just fellas made out of rock just be super fast. I mean, I'm guessing they're made out of rock. It may just be me, but I kind of feel it was sort of a missed opportunity to, have quests which delve more into the culture of all these alien races, because I don't think, outside of a, surface level thing, we really get that much. I'm thinking more in terms of 14, where you get a lot of the side quests, devoted to, various bits of each alien's each of the locals' lifestyles. Generally just feel that something like that might be applicable here. Maybe we might get an insight into, again, anatomy. How the rock people work. They do provide a lot of XP at the very least, I'll give them that. Is there any way I could get up here? It doesn't look like it. I mean, you'd think. Oh. Oh. Right. Oh, we got Nocturnus here already. Again, with just these common chows. And there we go. We got more, Nocturne enemies. Princepts. I'm guessing it's a general rule of just focus firing one after another again. That seems to work fairly well. I'm hoping at the very least now that we have this special chow on our side, we might actually get more Nocturnus tech. At least that's the hope. I also kind of find it weird that Sonic doesn't get any proper stock sound effects whenever he takes damage, like Amy or Big do. Like, especially Big with that stock puking sound. Just super noticeable. That's me whenever I think of Sonic Lost World. I also noticed that all the female characters have the same hit sound whenever they take damage. Should be fairly easy enough to just... Okay, why is he just... Why are you just taking 1 damage? Oh, this is wonderful. I think I'm just gonna have to... Okay, Sonic somehow survived that. And now we're all of a sudden just doing the proper amount of damage. Alright, fine. Play that way, game. Well, there goes Sonic. Nocturne Princeps. That is certainly a good amount of XP. Kidna Rush, Blade Drop. I kind of want to get a Kidna Rush. Because it sounds phonetically appropriate. I feel so bad after having to waste all these health items. See what's down here. Nothing. Let's see what's up here. Also probably nothing. Seems like there might be some... Oh, there's a spring. And an egg. Oh, wow, where are we going? Oh. I guess this is the, Looks like we got another Simon Says puzzle. Which I suppose leads through there. Oh, there's a shop here. I kind of want to see what's up with the shop. I think we'll just head over to the shop real quick, and I think, going by the assumption that there's going to be battles along the way, I think that might be where we leave it for the time being. Gibber. Greatly increased resistance to damage. That's definitely going to be quite useful on, Maybe I should give that to someone like Tails. Because obviously he's more in the support role, so defense would probably be better suited to him. Again, I'm probably just gonna have to come out here and do a fair bit more in terms of level grinding, because I get the feeling that we're still a ways behind. At least where we should be. It's kind of a shame as well, because I've been enjoying doing more of the voices. So, I guess sometimes I really gotta wonder what exactly, sort of conversations a lot of the characters have. Whilst they're all just out here. Oh, come on, I scanned you! Alright, fine, I guess I'll just target the one. Target you. Give myself another power candy, just in case. Just make sure that one in particular goes away. I wasn't prepared for that one. I suppose it is definitely satisfying to see once you actually manage to get the scan off, just seeing them just melt under constant pressure. I wonder how used I'm gonna be to all these reaction commands when I'm done with the game. I have to imagine a fair bit. One down. Oh. And now you decide to take the appropriate amount of damage just as soon as the scan wears off. Wonderful. We only have room for one scan, so we're just gonna go for normal attacks, because those seem to work. It's kind of unfortunate, really. Just get the sense that you're mostly just supposed to save your power moves for sort of the big important fights. Meaning for level grinding, you're kind of out of luck. Bonk. Hey! Alright, we gotta get to the shop. We gotta get to the shop. Get out of my way, Nocturnes. You're in my way, sir. I'm hoping at the very least there's a fast way back to the ship, because I definitely need to heal up. I know I'm probably not exactly playing the best, but this is how I remember playing back when I was a kid. Maybe I didn't have to worry so much because I was playing New Game Plus all the time for some reason. Probably just to try and get all the chow. I don't really know either. I gotta wonder as well as to whether these Nocturnes are actually using Chaos Spears. Because I get the sense that they have some form of Chaos powers. Or at least something that's similar. Yeah, I think it might be high time to just break out the power moves for these last two. Just to get them out of the way. I guess maybe that's why they have such high hit pools. Just so you incentivize to blaze through them quickly with your power moves. Because that is definitely where the most interesting part of the game seems to be, for the looks of it. Yeah, you can sort of tell these battles seem to drag on a fair bit. Alright, there's one down. Come on, Sonic, finish off the last one before he kills Tails. Finally. I still gotta wonder as to whether Sonic.bioware.com actually works. Still. Alright, we're finally here at the shop.
Hold you! State your business with the mighty foreman of the Chron!
We're here to speak to him about the Chaos Emerald.
Lost the crystal was. Speak more of it with the foreman will. Inside you go. Disrespect you not the foreman.
Oh, the leader of an ancient race. This is exciting. Let's go inside. I cannot wait to meet this foreman crag.
This could be a trap.
Alright, let's be careful in there, team.
I think that's gonna have to wait till next time, though. I dare say we've definitely made some decent progress at the very least. Just... at long last, we've finally gotten to what many would consider the highlight of the game, the discount Sonic X portion, which honestly, with a little bit of tweaking, I'm pretty sure you could just make this whole thing into an adaptation of Sonic X Season 3 and nobody would notice or really be all that fuss about it.
It's Griff!
But yeah. Tune in next time when we explore more of these unusual alien worlds, but until then, thank you for watching and bearing with me and my lack of commentary. Take care. Bye-bye for now.